This is how to kill your emotions as a trader. So I know a lot of times you're on a lot of emotional roller coaster as a trader, right? Let's say you're winning, you're losing, it sparks a whole lot of emotions in you. And sometimes these emotions, or rather most times these emotions, are the reason why you end up losing, even if you're on the winning trade. So let me give an example here just to paint a little bit of a mental picture for those of you that probably don't understand what I'm saying. So let's say Mr. Emeka is on a trade, right? And let's say he got into this trade with $100, and this trade has pumped up to, let's say, $500, and he's so happy. Yeah, I'm winning, let's fucking go. And that is what Mr. Emeka is all about. Mr. Emeka is so excited, and he's forgotten to take profit from this particular trade. And then he's forgetting that there's a reason why it is called unrealized profit. Unrealized profit simply means that, yes, so you're on this profit, yes, so you have this money right now in your account, but you have not taken this money. That is why it is unrealized. And if you don't take this money, people like me that are hungrier for this money will come and grasp it, and boom, we've taken it from you. And then you become so sad. You start asking yourself questions like, do I have bad luck? Is trading for me? All those type of questions, right? And mind you, this particular person was on a 5x win before he probably round-tripped his profit and probably even lost his capital, because he was over excited. That is what overexcitement does, right? He was overexcited, he was over happy, and there's one important emotion that actually moves the market, and that is greed. He was greedy. You understand? So the two emotions that moves the market, that's your green and red candle, is seen as greed and fear. Okay, so when the greed is more in the market, you see there's a lot of buys, people are buying. You see fear and greed index will pump up to let's say 80% greed, because a lot of people are way greedy, more greedy then, and that is then they keep buying and buying and buying, and that is why the market is pumping up. Then the other emotion is fear. So because of fear, a lot of people don't make money from crypto as much as they could, or from any other financial market, let's say forex, commodities, indices, economies. Yep. So they don't make money from this because of fear, right? And a lot of people, and the reason is this, the reason is they are so scared to enter the market. And mind you, scared money makes no money. So once you're scared, you're not going to make any money. Right? And also fear can come into play in the sense of let's say this particular person is on a trade, and probably he is losing a little bit. He'll be so scared. Let's say you enter this trade with $100 and you have lost $10 in it, and you're not so scared. Oh, what if I lose the remaining $90? And that person closes that trade. Now, mind you, in most times, that is the time that particular market will start going that person's way, when that person closes. And the person will be like, wait, are they monitoring me? And mind you, he has lost $10 out of his $100, remaining $90. He repeats the same process and closes at a loss out of fear, and boom, the trade goes up. He has lost another $10. And that is how Mr. Segun might end up losing his $100 capital, due to the fact that he is scared. Oh yeah, he is scared. So now, how do we then handle and manage these two emotions? How can these two emotions be handled and managed properly? So these two emotions can be handled, like I'm talking about fear and greed, right? So fear and greed can be handled by a couple of things, and I'm going to be explaining this video, and I'm going to be teaching you how to balance out these emotions. Okay, because if you don't balance out these two emotions, if you cannot become a master of these two emotions, then trust me, you have no business doing anything with trading. Let's dive in. The first thing first is to make sure that you are not always on the screen, because when you're on the screen, you become anxious and start taking careless decisions. Okay, so make sure you limit your screen time. You're not always on the screen, please. Then secondly, make sure you have a target. You see, for those of you that are in Dream Chasers trading community, that is my community, right? We've been trading for like 4 years, 5 years now together, yeah. And for those of you that are there, you see, I always put in my trades, if this trade, when I'm sending out a signal to the community, after dropping the signal, you see in that on that same signal, like, right? If this trade hits stop loss, you will lose 30% of your margin. Yeah. So I have a target for the kind of loss I'm willing to take. I'm not even talking about profit. I'm talking about loss, because in most times this is the losses that messes up with our emotions way more, right? So if this trade hit 30%, if this trade hits stop loss, I mean to say, you are losing 30% of whatever margin you go into that trade with. Me, Mr. Dream Chaser, I know that almost I cannot afford to lose $3,000. If I lose $3,000, I am finished. Yeah, I mean, I have a family to feed. So if I lose $3,000, I am finished. You see, now because I am humble enough to understand that I cannot afford to lose that type of money, right? I will never take that trade to $10,000. Because if I take it to $10,000 and I hit a stop loss of 30%, I am losing $3,000. Bro, hey, na village. You know, now what am I going to do? I know that yes, I can chest $300 loss with peace of mind and see how they correlate. Because if I know I can chest $300 loss, I will take that trade with $1,000. And when I take that trade with $1,000, I will not be on the screen all the time, because I have already zeroed my mind that yes, $1,000. If I lose $300, I go home with $700, and I will not be on the screen all the time. You see how I was able to balance out my emotions, because I have a target of 30% stop loss, and I'm willing to lose that amount of money. Now I've limited my screen time, I have set a target, and these two correlates and helps balance out my emotions. Okay, then another thing to do to make sure you balance your emotions out, or rather that can help you balance your emotions out, is over trading. Oh my god, I always warn against over trading. The other day I made a YouTube video, and on this YouTube video, I said something. I dropped a lot of signals, right? And I'm like, bro, all these signals, right? All these signals are I'm putting out there are for the community, right? These signals are for the community, because I mean, I serve thousands of people. A lot of people have different interests in different coins. Some people just love Asta, for instance. Asta just came out, right? Some people love Just Eat. Some people just want to trade Dodge. Some people want to trade BTC, right? But personally, I want to trade just BTC as an individual. But I have a big community. I have to serve the community. So I am sending out signals, and it can, at the time, especially when I started out, right, when I started doing that stuff, sometimes I now want to like over trade, because obviously I know how to do this stuff. But then one time I learned a great lesson, and I'm sharing that with you so that you don't get caught up in a mess like that. One time, the whole trade, like, okay, so we're trying to long and the market dumped, right? Now, I was on about 10 trades. Imagine, oh Jesus Christ. I was on like 10 trades that day, and bro, that was how I almost got wrecked. Now it then taught me that I need to choose what I would be a maxi on. And I am a Bitcoin maxi, yes, so call me that. Oh. I am heavy on BTC, especially when it comes to futures trading. Right, I'm heavy on BTC, and the reason why I'm heavy on it, I'm going to tell you, it has a better market structure. It is less volatile than the other assets. Yes, I drop a lot of trades, we win back to back, but bro, I have chosen something way more stable that I know I can comfortably do long term. I mean to say, you can wake up tomorrow and an altcoin will be rock pulled, and they'll give you a reason. And what if your whole money is there? You see the reason why I decided to limit my risks in this risky market. Right, but that is for me, and that works for me. But it might not be what works for you, and I cannot impose what's my own on you. So that is why I say I drop a lot of signals out there, right? So yep, not to like derail or talk too much, so I limited the amount of trades I take down to just BTC and probably one altcoin. Yeah, and I'm telling people, don't overtrade, don't overtrade, because you might be making money, but just one day or 2 days you get a loss back to back to back, or 3 days back to back to back, bro. You are going back to Ekpata Ekpene. I don't know. I don't know if that, but what that means basically means that you are getting wrecked. You are going back to your village, you know. So yup. So please make sure you try as much as possible not to overtrade. Okay, overtrading is going to mess you up all the time. You're always on the screen. Oh my god, is the market pumping? Is it going up? You're anxious and you're making crazy ass decisions because of you are overexposed in the market. So please limit your exposure in the market. I always say this, right? Remember, it is a marathon and not a sprint. You are coming into this $1 billion market, $1 trillion market, depending if it's forex or crypto, to just get your own share every day and go. But if you want to get the whole $1 trillion, you will lose. It's a marathon and not a sprint. Always remember that. I think I'm going to stop here for now. In my next video, I'm going to drop other tips that you probably might help you. If you found this video helpful, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscription button, and turn on post notifications. See you in the next video. Bye.